So in this video, I'm going to bring you along to Potfest with me. Potfest by the Lake is an event that I'm doing. It's a ceramics fair where there's about 120 makers from the UK and abroad, and we all come together to sell our work. And some people do demonstrations, there are talks, and just generally we celebrate all things clay. So I will bring you along and show you around. We'll have a look at some other people's work that's there, so you can come along for the ride. Let's go. So I've come here to Compton, Verney in Warwickshire in UK to do an event called Potfest, and it's an outdoor event, as you can see here. Those are all the tents up there. Well, it's early in the morning. I've got here a bit early, so all the tents are closed and people are just beginning to arrive and open up and get ready for the day. In the lake, there's a lake here. In the lake behind me here, there's early morning swimmers, which is lovely. It's such a beautiful venue. Yeah, so part of being an artist is also like not just doing the work. You have to kind of get out and be seen and find an audience. And one of the ways of doing that is doing events like these. I really enjoy them. They give me an opportunity to meet the people that are buying my work, because when I sell through galleries, then I often don't see the people that buy the work. So here it's really lovely and really valuable actually to get that feedback from people, and we often get into really interesting and deep conversations about the themes around the work and other people's experiences. So it's a really valuable thing to do, in terms of getting feedback and meeting clients and customers and talking through ideas. Often I can come away really inspired, and people recommend me books to read and places to visit. So I often get home with a long list of research to do, which is really lovely. We're just about to start the day here. Hopefully it'll bring a lot more conversations and sales, obviously, and it's good to make sales because that keeps my little world going round. So hopefully some more sales today. Had some good sales so far. This is the last day today, so it's a 3-day event. It's going to be a warm one today though, so I've got lots of water with me. So the other really lovely thing about doing doing these shows is meeting up with the other artists and potters and makers. It's a really lovely community, and we all support each other. We always kind of champion each other, which I don't know. It feels quite special, and I'm really glad to be a part of it. You would have thought that with it being like this show and these shows I do they're just other people that work in ceramics. So you would have thought that there would be a sense of competition amongst us, but actually that's not the case. It's absolutely the opposite. We're like a little pottery family, and because we do these shows kind of regularly, and they're kind of up and down the country in the UK, and we do them regularly, so we sort of get to know each other a little bit, and so we look forward to meeting up. There's often socials in the evenings that you can, like, often people camp here. I don't camp because I live actually close enough to drive home from this one. Yeah, so it's very sociable, it's very supportive. We can, we all have sort of shared experiences, and that's a really lovely resource that it's kind of naturally evolved. It's a really gorgeous, sort of welcoming, friendly community, and I think we're quite lucky to have it. Okay, let me show you around my stand. It's really lovely to have these big pieces on the plinths here, because it means that people can walk around and see from all angles, all sides, get different viewpoints. And that's how I intended it when I made them. So that's lovely. These are some of the new wall pieces with these internal golden tunnels, which are quite intriguing. This is another wall piece. You can move these around and have them in different patterns. Yeah, I've decided to display them like this because I really like the contrasting geometric square that sort of makes almost like an imprint into all the texture. So let me show you around some other people's work that's here. I love this work by Sarah Villeneuve. It's so human, sort of inside and out. It speaks of body parts and skin. She uses mixed media as well. There's hair and bristles. It's fantastic work. So these sculptures are by Sarah Rooms-Heapy, and she is inspired by the coastline. She takes lots of walks to the coast along coastal paths, and then translates her experience into these amazing textured, weathered looking sculptures. They're just beautiful. Speak of time and weathering, and I really like them. Wow, look at these raku surfaces. This is the work of Helen Rondell. She makes these sculptures and vase forms that she burnishes and then raku fires, creates smoky black textures. Aren't they gorgeous? So this is the work of Craig Underhill. They're really abstract paintings in a 3D form. He creates these pieces that are just full of layers and textures and contrasting areas. I've spoken to Craig before. One of these shows I did, I was next to him and we chatted a long time, and it was really interesting to find out that he sees these as maps and memory of places that he's been, and absolutely love his work. So next I wanted to share with you the work of Jean Tolkovsky. She's my neighbour at this show. She was telling me these new pieces have been inspired by her recent trip to India, and I think you can really see that influence there. Oh, there's the lovely Sharon Griffin. She's just off now, but we can look at her wonderful sculptures. Sharon makes these pieces that are inspired by her connection with the woodland. She does lots of walks with the woods. She's a very spiritual person, and her work sort of speaks of the spirit of the forest and the connection we have with it as humans. I really like the spiritual sort of feel of these pieces and the raw way that she uses the clay. It really speaks of the land and the expressions on their faces. We can all connect with them. They're sort of all of us rolled into one. And I really enjoy the raw energy within them, and the way she uses sort of oxides and slips and glazes to sort of enhance but not paint. It's really special, Sharon's work. And in absolute complete contrast to Sharon's work, these are little robot figures by Joe Morgan. They're super cute and quirky. Each one expresses a different character. He uses lots of glazes. These are really fun. As you can see from this selection of work that I've shown you, it's a really diverse collection of work here. I've only shown you just the real snippet of some of the highlights for me anyway. Well, I made it home, and it was a great weekend. But one thing I didn't see coming when it came to pack up, I was tired. I've got to pack down all my stand, put all the work away really carefully, pack it all up. And at the very last moment, unpacking my car, getting all in, and the plinths I had for the larger sculptures, I lifted one of those, and I was like, there's all this sort of stuff dropping out from inside. They're hollow inside the plinths. In fact, what they are garden planters, sort of turned up the other way. And there was this stuff dropping out as I lifted it into the car. I was like, oh, what is this? So I kind of took it back out of the car, and then I noticed what had happened was there was an ant's nest that had created itself just within 3 days within the inside of those plinths, and they were there. So there was like eggs dropping, and so I was quickly scooping them out of the car. There was like hundreds of them, scooping out of the car, and some of them were sort of half hatched, and some were actual ants. So they're kind of running as I was. Oh, it turned my stomach. Anyway, so I scooped it out of the car and got all of any of the kind of those eggs that were left. I was scooping them up, like sweeping them away from the boot of the car, because I do not want an ant sort of takeover in my car. Anyway, so then I'm like there, I'm looking, and these planters, these plinths that I'm using, they've got like a lip on them. So I'm shaking, like it's a big thing, I'm shaking it, trying to just hopefully it will fall out. But oh my God, it's sticky. They're hanging on. And also they're sort of like deeply wedged in like the corner, and also like there's a lip to this form, and they're in there and they're stuck and they're not coming out. And my friend came to try and help me shake them out. They wouldn't shake out, and I'm like standing. Like I'm usually one of the last to leave at these things, because I just take my time packing down slowly and getting the car all ready. So there's barely anyone around. I've got nothing. Like what I felt like I wanted was a hose to kind of like just wash them out. There's no water. I'm in the middle of a field essentially. So I end up all I had was cardboard boxes. So I end up just ripping a bit of cardboard, and then I'm scooping these things out with a bit of ripped cardboard. I'm like down, and they're still running. They're still, and then I'm scooping and just wiping it on the grass. Oh my God. It was, I didn't like to sort of destroy an ant's nest, but oh my God, that was not coming home with me. It really was the last thing that I needed at the end of that weekend. So I'm going to learn from this, and for the next show, I'm going to put boards underneath the bases so that nothing can sort of hopefully get up inside and think it's going to start a home.